What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Misfits Barbers Chair podcast. Today, I got my man Ray with me, and we are getting into a conversation that a lot of barbers be putting down. You know what I'm saying? Because, we're going to talk a little bit about everything, but first things first, let's get to know Ray a little bit. Ray, man, what's popping? Appreciate you being here, my brother.
No, man. First off, appreciate you bringing me back, bro.
Of course.
I love seeing everything that you've done. We've just been pushing, bro.
That's what's up, man. Well, so for a lot of people that don't know Ray, Ray's not just a barber, man. This guy is multifaceted, and I'm gonna give him his flowers, man, because that man been grinding. He's been doing a lot of things for the industry. Ray's been a barber that's worked in a regular barber shop. Barber has been a barbershop owner. He's also put on a couple of dope, top-notch barber battles right here in Southwest Florida. That man is also Barbers on the Run promotion. And now he's also an educator for who?
Great clips.
For Great Clips. I know. Hold your horses. I know y'all heard it. That's right. Great Clips. And we're going to get into this conversation. How was your transition? First of all, how long have you been in the business?
Well, I want to say over 16 years. I did start at the house like anybody else at the messing up your brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then start adding up to the next neighbors. Next thing you know, just gathered up the little bit that change that I was making from cutting hair, experimenting, going to the barbershop.
Right.
Getting some tricks, bringing it back to the house.
Right.
So yeah, a little over 16 years.
And you said the key, getting some tricks, because he also runs a class called Tricks of the Trade, which there's one happening tomorrow. So,
what's crazy, man? That going through school, working at good shops, putting myself in a bigger city, owning the shop that I had in Punta Gorda.
Right.
Tricks of the Trade was the first class that got me started to push events. So when I had that barbershop, I remember putting everything together in 1 month, reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Telling you,
I
hey, man,
that.
for years. From when we were in barber school.
Yeah. 2015,
we went back for our barber license, and we had our Cosmos before that. So we were always talking about that. And
you always talked about it. You say, yo, I'm going to be putting on some shows, bro. Watch me.
Yeah, within you, Angel from Cape, Fading the Cape.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Angel.
Yeah, Josh, hey, you always talking about this. When are you going to start? And then Tricks of the Trade kicked off. So we did that at the barbershop. We had like 25 people show up with like a month of us putting it together. It was amazing. And that kind of got me kick-started with, hey, man, like, yeah, there is education, connection, and stuff out there that we could start getting these events going, So that's what kind of kick-started everything.
So first you had the Tricks of the Trade class. That was dope. And then you jumped right into the Top Notch. And Top Notch, man, you did it big because you went over there to the Port Charlotte
Charlotte Harbor Convention Center.
Convention Center.
It's 20,000 square feet. We started off with the venue little by little. COVID shut down the first one, 2020. So we did 2021. We teamed up with some Southwest Florida barbers and Cosmos.
Absolutely.
We brought people from all over.
Yeah, man.
Southwest supported, and the network has just started growing up. It just started growing, and
you made it happen, bro. And I know, listen, that thought in the back of your mind when you're putting these things together, it's like, how many people are gonna show up, right? And I know that was stressful because I know your wife worked alongside with you. You had a nice team. Talk to me about your transition from regular barber shop into a corporate barber shop, and how did that happen?
Well, I mean,
and what made you transition to that?
All right, so I've always heard about the corporate companies and hey, the corporate salons and just like a big franchise salon like that, like where they're paying you hourly and it's just different. And back then I was kind of like, nah, that wasn't for me because I wanted to do percent. Then I got into rent.
Right.
And then eventually I got the barber shop, which is the same thing as rent, just bigger numbers.
Right.
And then from there, when I moved to Miami, I worked at different, like 2 shops. I checked out 2 different shops, and what I made me realize is that to be in the barbershop and to gain customers and like clients, yeah, man,
Right.
good. To gain customers and stuff, you have to be there. Like you got to grind.
Right.
So I
Absolutely.
went from Punta Gorda, having my own shop, being comfortable, to going to Miami. I had to grind again, and it made me realize like I can't do that grind like I used to. Because when I had my barbershop,
Right.
I was set up working from like 8:30 and I was done by 3 because I had to go pick up my daughters.
Right. Yeah,
You feel me? So I had to be there for the kids. So and then on Saturdays, bro, I used to work from like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was out by 2:30, 3 o'clock done. And all the barbers, yo, what are you doing, bro? I've been here since 5.
Right.
But
you have to do what you have to do for you.
So when I went to Miami, I just realized that I couldn't be locked into a shop. I needed to balance and
right.
And I respect everybody's business, so I couldn't really lock in like that. So I did quit cutting hair for about 8 months.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I just kind of chill, and I started getting myself into like reselling and trying a different aspect.
Right. Thrifting.
Yeah, thrifting, bro.
Yeah,
which
I saw
still
that.
do.
You still got some fire stuff. Yeah, so y'all need to also check him and his wife out for the thrifting. They got some stuff now.
I'm telling y'all. So then I don't know, bro. It just gets to the point, bro. You do something for so long that you're like, I just don't want to let this go.
Right.
So then I remember my brother Jose. Shout out to Jose. When he came out of barbering school from Palm Mitchell and Fort Myers,
right?
He went to a Great Clips.
Oh, okay.
He went to the Great Clips because he's like, bro, I just don't feel like I'm like sharp enough for a shop, And I was like,
okay, so that was that self-doubt.
Yeah, the self-doubt,
which a lot of barbers, believe it or not, have that coming right out of school. It's a scary thing. It takes a while to build up. So bro, I understand that.
I didn't get confident with any haircut. Like with like saying, yo, come, any haircut. Sit in my chair, come, long, short, until like 3 years into the career.
Look at that.
It took me 3 years to build confidence. I'm talking about fading, curly, straight, mid, like all these type of hair. It took me years and different haircuts, bro. It's not all about fades,
Absolutely.
So it took me 3 years to feel confident. So I felt him. I'm like, bro, check him out, bro. He thrived in there.
That's awesome.
So what happened was I hit him up and I'm like, bro, what do you think about Great Clips? And he's like, bro, you would love that. You will adapt to it so quickly. And I'm like, all right, let me go check. So yeah, bro, I called a few shops that day asking for like part-times. Like nobody hires part-time. With all the respect, I get it. They want the chairs full.
Right.
But, I just couldn't do it. And then, Great Clips said, hey, we got part-time. And I started with them, bro. And being that I used to work with Sears was my first job ever.
Okay.
Like corporate. Right. I love the structure. Go in, tap in, do what you got to do, bounce. And with the same mindset of being able to grow.
Now let me ask you this. So once you started working there, what is the main thing that Great Clips focuses on toward the customer?
What's the main thing that bro, they want that customer walk in there and know that they're welcome, that they're appreciated to show up.
That customer service.
Thank you for showing up.
That customer, guys, listen, I don't care what shop you in, the customer service is just as important as the fucking haircut. I'll say it again. The customer service is just as important as a fucking haircut. I don't care how great you could fade.
Bro, you could be
your
AI
service
fader.
is trash. It don't matter.
Bro, if they walk in and they don't feel comfortable, and there's many places like that, and to each his own. Everybody runs their own thing. But
Right.
if you are complaining that you're slow and you're not busy enough, or maybe it's time to start looking inside and start like analyzing, you know?
Right. Or not retaining the clientele for a while, right? Because that all comes down to basically your customer service. You know, they'll come to you once, twice.
If your customers are not coming, bro, they're not coming back. And if you don't survive off of repeat customers, what do you survive off of?
That's it. You're done ski. You know what I mean?
And that's how when I had my barbershop, that's how I treat my customers. I'm telling you, bro. When I had the barbershop, we went from a no walk-in barbershop to having I had to add 2 more we were a 4 barbershop shop.
Right.
We had all 4 chairs full, and I had to add 2 more and try to get into a bigger shop.
Right.
Because it was growing. It's the customer service. It's something that.
So now that you've been working for them, what other things you have accomplished working with Great Clips so far? Y'all better listen up, man. Listen up and catch up.
What do you mean accomplished though? Like,
well, because I know you're educating for them now, right?
Yeah. So I started at the salon. Right?
Okay.
We started at the salon. So it's funny. You know, Bronner Brothers showed up to Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
Because they left, I think 2022 because of the COVID. They went out there. I walked through Bronner Brothers Sunday.
Right.
And I saw a Great Clips booth, and I'm like, they come to shows.
Right.
And I went up to, it was, shout out to Astoria and the design team, Miss Kara.
Right.
They saw me, and I told them, I'm like, I'm gonna start with y'all. And they're like, honey, you're gonna start with the salons. And that's when I found out that all the salons are franchised.
Okay.
And then corporate is corporate.
Okay. True.
Right? So corporate doesn't own any salon. So
okay, corporate is just the main place.
It's just captain of the ship. Yeah.
So as you were saying,
like the captain of the ship, you know. So, so we met and I left. We exchanged Instagram. We left, and I told my wife, I'm like, oh, you imagine I can be part of the team before I even started.
Oh.
The next day was Monday. Was my first day at the salon.
Okay.
So I went. I was kind of hyped. I was. So
after you met the creative team at the show.
Yes, that kind of gave me like, wow, this is bigger than what I thought.
Right.
And the door didn't even open yet.
Right.
So I went to the salon, and yes, I worked there for a month. The first month, I worked there a year and a half, but the first month, we're learning the system, I love how everything is just organized.
Right.
The customers come in, like I said, they have customers you don't got to worry about. Just show up, cut hair, deliver what they expect. And you just see the atmosphere.
Right.
You know, the growth, and you're like, wow, I'm like, if there a lot of us ran our shops.
Right. But see, I think that's the part where it's kind of fucked up in our industry, that we look down on those type of places like that you're at now, Great Clips and all the other ones, right? That's just because we've been programmed to think only a regular mom and pop barber shop is a real barber shop, right? But there's clients for every style of business.
You know what, bro? And I was one. But then I realized that the ones that are trying to open 2, 3, 4, 5, 100 shops, they're trying to be the same thing.
Right.
They're trying to grow. You know, they got the uniforms. They're trying to be professional. They're trying to offer. So I see a lot of those, and they're going good. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because they're implementing those
the corporate
structures.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because in order to keep building like that, you got to have a structure. Yes. Now, granted, you know, having 1 shop, 2 shops, 3 shops, 4 shops, it's not for everybody.
Of course not. You can make 1 shop and make enough. Everybody's happy. Everybody's popping. But it's how the shop is run. You know, is the shop still growing? You know, if a barber does move away because they're moving, and it's not because they want to leave, but they're moving away, and you're grabbing a rookie, is that rookie going to be able to build up because like the clientele's there?
Right.
You know, so I started working there, and then about a month and a half later, me and Visionary, shout out Visionary,
Shout out to the wifey.
oh, yes, that's a hustler, bro.
Oh, I know.
That's a bro. She is 100% hustler, bro.
But she got your back, and this is why you're also in the position that you're in, because you got somebody that has your back.
100%, bro. I tell her, hey, I gotta do it. She's like, go, I got this. And since then, bro, it's just. So we went to Salt Lake. Shout out to Tyler.
Right.
Salt Lake Beauty and Barber Expo. Was it, dude? That expo, that just meeting these shows, these shows and events. Because I know a lot of people. Oh, these shows, bro. If you just go to these events, you can go. You have the people that like to showcase, people that like to educate, people that like to compete, people that like to hit the vendors,
people that like to go to classes,
people that like to go to classes. So it's for everything,
right,
you know. Right. So that's why when I hear these people about these shows, I'm like, bro, you can find your niche there.
Right.
But that's a different topic. But so we went there, amazing show, and it's funny. I'm walking down the aisle with Neri, and Astoria says, "It's you again," and I'm like, "Y'all are here?" And then she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bro, if I could afford to go to all these shows, I would, but I can't."
Right.
So she's like, "Listen, we were checking your Instagram out, and we really want you to apply for this situation. How you look? I mean, this position, the design team." And I'm like, "What's that?" And that's what they do.
So they have their own design.
They have a design team that they show up to all the trade shows. They represent Great Clips. They kind of give you the opportunity to understand what they have to offer.
Right.
You know, and it's funny because we'll get more into it in a moment. But bro, it's just crazy how things happen. So right. I applied. I applied for the position. No, I went. Me and Neri left, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like a little, you know what I'm saying, like a little kid. I was like,
"Yeah." I mean, because you didn't see her just once. Now she popped up on you a second time. So that's like, hold on, is this a coincidence or what?
And you know what's crazy? A story. If you watch it, you know it's true. I didn't apply for a month.
Really?
And she hit me on a DM. Did you apply yet? Here's the link. Apply. And I'm like, and I tell Neri, because I'm still talking. I was like, listen, if I do this, I'm gonna have to travel. You know what's gonna happen? She's like, I got this. Go, because we both have the same vision.
Right.
She's like, go. One of us got to do it. You know.
Again, and that's the beauty about having a partner that got your back, especially in our industry.
Oh, tough in our industry, bro. Because now people understand the late nights. They don't understand the travel. They don't understand all that.
The grind, the kids, the everything.
So I applied. Bro, you remember a few years back that I had my long beard and I shaved it because I had alopecia?
Yeah.
Remember that little section? Bro, because I applied.
They roasted.
I haven't done an interview. The last time I did an interview was, with like Sears. You know, there was a point maybe I worked with selling cell phones for a while.
Right.
You know, those are interview jobs, you know.
Yeah.
Shop says, hey, I've had the license. This is my pictures. That's the interview, you know.
Right.
Bro, these people put me through a lengthy interview, bro. I'm talking about it took a few months of talking with different people. I got so like, I didn't get the position. I got so like that I guess the nerves got to me, bro, you know? But it's funny because I got the position and my hair came back. I'm like, damn. But it was, you know what I took? I took that as a sharpening.
Of course. Because
I had to sharpen up my resume.
Well,
I had to sharpen up.
They wanted to make sure that you were the right fit for what they were looking for.
And people.
You had the look.
I mean, bro, I gotta. But look, if you grab my resume and you grab my Instagram and you put it together, for most I look at my Instagram like, yo, this kid's all over the place. This kid just, right. But it coincides with my resume. So when I go like this to the company and they look at my resume and they look, because now everything is social media.
Right.
They're like, it's what you say.
Right.
You know, they did the background and everything. So from there, bro, so I started traveling, bro. That was dope. Because I mean, Me be Puerto Rican. The only place I've ever been to was Florida, Puerto Rico. I haven't even been to New York or any other
Hey,
Orlando,
you,
Puerto Rico. Like,
you funny as hell.
bro. So Great Clips got me. They got me into different areas, bro. Even Toronto.
Right.
With the design team, we went to the double C. What is it? NHL. We did the Fan Fest for the Final Fours.
Oh,
bro, we've had so many different opportunities with them that I can't.
So and that's one of the things that whoever's watching this, take into account that sometimes because you're putting down a certain type of structure in this barber community could definitely cost you, something greater,
something
bigger opportunity, maybe that could have been your leg into what you really wanted to get into, but since you're looking down on some of these companies, because don't nobody want to work there.
And
messed
you know
up
what?
haircuts,
And I can't lie. I back in the days, bro. I remember people were talking about it, and I'm like, oh, we used to like that. That's cool.
It's funny because when I taught also at Paul Mitchell, I took some of my students to the sports clips, the great clips, just so they could see how it's structured differently. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want them to just focus on just the regular local barbershops. I want them to expand, and see different things.
What I say is, if you're good with showing up on time, doing your work, being a team player, if somebody calls off, you probably pop up. If you need to call off, just communication. Like, if you're good with that type of structure and you can be loyal in a company like this, I feel like the stylist is step one. Then if you are working on your Instagram, and people tell me all the time, yo, but why don't that I'm fake because I keep it clean. I don't. First of all, I don't drink, and there's a lot of things that you're supposed to separate. But that's just something
that you don't do anyway.
I've always kept my Instagram. Out of all my social medias, my Instagram has always been my portfolio for my professionalism and the clientele that I've always. First, if you look at my Instagram, I was chasing haircut customers. I was only posting haircuts. Then I got to the point that I got into the barbershop. Then I started posting pictures of everything and dragging people into the barbershop to feed the other barbers,
Right.
Then it went into getting into events.
Right.
It's the evolution of it.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like you went and took the opportunity that was in front of your face, that also worked with your schedule, with your kids and the things that you had going on. Because I know for a fact, like, you went to Miami and you was working at those other shops that also took away from you being able to promote, from you being able to
that was a problem too.
Run your shows, because you're constantly gonna have to be out of the shop. Therefore, you're gonna miss opportunities with clients. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. You know what I'm saying?
And I respect every shop owner. And like, I talk to the owners. I'm like, listen, I respect. I'm not here to change the way you guys run things.
Right.
I'm not here to ask for anything. I just can't. I know I can't keep up with what you guys are demanding.
Right.
If I was by myself, single, no kids, whatever, the people that know, Manny, let them know in the comments. Let them know them 7 days, open to close. Bro, we used to compete.
Manny, shout out to Manny, too.
Bro, we used to say, how many you got? 20? No, I got 25. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
It was a competition.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's how we used to cut and make money, bro. But
and it's different because the times are changing. You know
it is changing.
But I just wanted to have this conversation, so other people out there could open up their eyes to other things, other avenues.
So if you can work and be reliable like that, bro. In these companies, they're looking for stylists, barbers. Right. They're looking for managers. They're looking for assistant managers. They're looking for general managers. And it's so many
different opportunities.
It can grow. And then that's just the salons. Then you can get into the point that if corporate sees you, they have a whole different side. They got legal, they got marketing, design team, education team, which now that's what led me to the education team. Having that platform with the design team and showing. It's not only being part of the team. It's actually showing up.
Right.
Hey, we booked you flight, ticket, hotels. You gonna show up, and you actually show up.
Right.
So that's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, time is money. Right, time
so
is money.
That kind of put a scope, and I found out that they were looking for a Florida educator, bilingual, because bro, I was able to help them launch the first Spanish classes that they needed with one of my friend. Shout out Drew, Mr.
That's
Andrew.
That's what's up.
We co-host the class in Spanish, and we're able to deliver now the material to the Spanish. Not saying that they can't speak English, but sometimes they're coming from all over South America.
Spanish is their first language, so it's more comfortable.
If they can understand the importance of the company and what it means, bro, I'm telling you, we've delivered it. At first, I was like in Spanish, but after delivering it, bro, and seeing how they appreciate the information, and they feel like, hey, I got my license, I'm over here, but I'm working for a corporate company. And I'm like, so you guys appreciate what these people are doing.
Because again, they didn't come here with a blurred vision of only the local barbershops are it.
They feel like they're working for Nike.
So again, don't look down on these companies, because you can miss an amazing opportunity just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I gotta give a shout out to Eileen from Great Clips. You know Eileen.
She used to be with Andes.
Yeah, and Twin Cuts. Sean Casey was the one that introduced us back in Fort Myers when they came down, and she was the one that came up to me. She's like, "Hey, bro, I need an educator in Florida soon, maybe just
that's
put it." So that and between that, bro, and just delivering. And another thing that Great Clips and Aladdin, and I don't know about these other companies, I haven't really researched, but I know with Great Clips, bro, you come in, you're good with fades, not good with long hairs, bro, we got classes for free for you.
So
vice versa.
So you're getting education through the company too,
bro. So if you're that's the thing, you're a stylist or a barber coming out of school, bro, try it out Great Clips, give it a chance.
Right.
We're gonna teach you. We're gonna sharpen you up.
Or any corporate location. I'm sure they all got their own thing.
Yeah.
It's just the point that
don't come after me.
No. The thing is like, I want other people to realize that Great Clips, Sports Clips, all of those, they have good systems, and we have to stop telling young barbers that don't have experience not to go to those places.
Bro, there's a stylist. Started off as a stylist. Ran up the ladder. Like, stylist, manager.
Right. She's
now a franchisee.
So now she's an owner.
Give me a number. How many locations you think she owns?
5.
82.
82 locations.
So at that point, she has general managers helping. Right. It's a team. They're all teams. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's endless, bro. It's how far you want to make it. You can do this by yourself as well. This can be done by yourself, but it's a structure.
And listen, that comes down to one thing and one thing only. Is how much do you want it, and how reliable you are, right? Because you have to be reliable, even in a regular shop.
And reliable, not for like a week, a day,
all day, every day. I'm talking
about
you gotta show up every day.
Like, just you're gonna have to go in through the what is it? I like to refer this from Hangover, the couscous. The couscous. Like, you're gonna have to get over the blandness, the learning, the everyday. Right. I mean, that's just part of the industry.
But
bro.
That is just something that everybody should have. I don't care what shop you're in. It don't matter the shop, bro. Everybody, you shouldn't be showing up. If your shop hours are, let's just say 9 to 5, you should be there at 8:45 and leave at 5:30.
Bro, you know what I used to,
you know what I'm saying? Not, okay, the shop opens at 9. I have this whole thing. Oh, I'm my own barber, blah, 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 blah. I'll show up at 11, 12, 1. I'm going to leave at 4:30.
Bro, you know what? And I gotta give you props too, bro. My boy, you grabbed that barbershop in such a unique area, and you have transformed that to a
Man,
family, and it's the name, the culture,
and
bro.
honestly,
And I see your stories, and I see the same. And another one, Melo Navaja.
yeah, like Melo's my dog, man. Shout out to Melo. Like, bro, my shop is small. You know what I'm saying? It's just four of us right now. You know what I'm saying? But I
But
like
it's the
that we are
vibe
a
that you got.
family
Yeah, bro.
unit. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
guys can. But
We
you
help
can.
each
You can
other.
go in there and get anything. You guys
Right.
do everything there.
Color, I mean, braids, dreads,
I seen it, bro. I'm like, damn, you got
do
everything up in there.
do
That's
hair
what's up. Yeah,
units.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, the guys that I got, they're great. They're amazing. You know what I'm saying? They're amazing artists. You know, but from time to time, I gotta remind them too. Hey, what's good? You slacking here? You slacking there? It's part of the business. You know what I'm saying? It's not personal.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? But again, it's just that thing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know, I just want everybody to eat.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, man, I appreciate this conversation because I've been wanting to have this conversation with you for a minute, you know. And I'll tell you like this, Ray. Just to kind of close this out.
Well,
What can you tell any barber that's watching this? What can you tell them to make them think differently based on your experiences in this industry?
you know what, bro? And you know who I'm gonna dedicate this to? My younger self.
Okay.
You asking that question,
Wow.
and I'm like, you know, what could I tell my younger self?
Okay, shoot.
First of all, I wish I would have given it a try when it coming out of school, just to like, yeah, get sharpened up. But how to stay open minded, man? I mean, just look at what you're going through in life.
Right.
Where you at? What is it you want? What are you chasing? You know, are you chasing to own like shops and build something structured and maybe wear a button up and just show up to meetings and hey,
Right.
have open up, give it a try, bro. I mean, there's only one way you to find out, you know. And the thing is that I get a lot of people messaging me, DMs, new
Right.
students or the barbers, bro. How do I get into great class? What did I do? You know, just give it a try, bro. Open
That's
up the
it.
box. Don't shut that box. I shut my box as in what I wanted to do as in barber. I only want to work at barber shops. I wish I would have stepped into a salon for a few years. I wish I would have tried this a few years.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't regret everything that I've learned, the
No.
people I've met, by how I've learned, because I also bring value to the company, and they let me know. They're like, you're bringing
Right.
something that we don't have, and
See, and that's a key word. And I'll say it because I've always said this, but I'll say it again. When you go to a shop looking for a chair, don't just look for the chair. Let the owner know what type of value you're going to bring to the shop, not just your cutting ability. You know, because that is important. Don't just look for what the shop got for you, but also put your own value toward the shop.
you know, and I've always walked in, even to a busy shops. Even if when I worked in a busy shop, bro, I used to make myself 1,000 cards, and I was happy when I got rid of it to go get another 1,000.
Right.
And that was just me. Like, yes, I appreciate the walk-ins and everything, but like you say, I wanna bring help. Hey, I promote on social. I try to bring customers in. I'm gonna be tagging the shop. I'm gonna be doing this, bro. I'll go wipe down the bathroom.
Right.
I'll do. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the customers to feel comfortable when they walk in. So
True. Well, listen, we're gonna end this episode right now with my dog Ray. Ray's Fades on Instagram. Go follow Barbers on the Run. Go follow Tricks of the Trade. Go follow Top Notch, because I know my man is bringing it back. But y'all stay tuned for that. That's a whole different conversation. And let's connect. Let's connect. And I appreciate everybody watching. the Misfits Barbers Chair podcast. Again, my man Ray, thank you very much. I appreciate you being on here, my brother. We gonna be out. We see y'all. Take
Shout
care.
out to Florida.
Peace.